Oklahoma, great history, just as a school, but also like the basketball program has great history, very historic, and we got the opportunity. It's like, why not? Like, I can't turn it down.
What did you guys know about OU basketball before?
Me, I love basketball, so I remember before meeting my stepdad with my dad, we used to watch Trey Young a lot. So just knowing about Trey Young, I used to play a video game with Blake Griffin on the cover, and then like all I do is watch basketball. So I followed the team last year, just like not knowing I would end up here, but just following them.
Have you gotten to meet Trey or talk to him?
Yeah, I talked to Trey. I met him. I actually like talked to him a lot. Got his number, so
Yeah.
pretty much like if I need him, I'm pretty sure he'll answer. Been to his house, everything.
What's the acclimation process like just for you? Obviously, you had a good year last year in the A10 and so many new guys, but there's also a balloon to guys that are coming back that played in the SEC. What's that been like, just kind of finding out how you guys play and how helpful has the exhibition stuff been?
It's crazy. It's actually been going way better than I expected. Like, honestly, you would think it's like, oh, like new people, like some friction or something. But honestly, I think what helps us is that we're all just players who want to win. So like, the transition has been good, and then the exhibitions also make it like very helpful because you could practice all day, but like games are different. It's fans, it's refs, it's just everything travel. So I think going through that experience in October will help us.
Do you think that with the way that the exhibitions have gone, and they've obviously gone pretty well for you guys, does it help from a confidence standpoint that you guys are moving in the right direction, the work that you're putting in is going to show up?
Yeah, for sure. I think so, especially like playing two very good teams. I think that'll help us, but we know like we just have to keep practicing because at the end of the day, like those games are in October, so you can't really get too happy about them.
It's kind of fun for you guys that the non-conference is littered with so many like pretty big-time matchups.
For
What
sure.
they are.
Nah, it's super fun. It's like crazy because you are at Oklahoma and you just know about the SEC, but it's just like, dang, we got a crazy non-conference too, so it's just like great and exciting.
Was it like, what's it been like getting to know Coach Moser and learning kind of what he expects out of a point guard? Obviously,
It's been fun. I actually love the challenge. I love just playing for him so far. He has great energy, and I think it's also cool that he played. Like I actually think that's very cool because he played at Creighton and he's been around the game for a long time, and he's had great point guards. So I know he has a high standard for them, just being a voice and being a leader. And then I learned a lot from Clayton Cluster because he was a point guard for Coach, so like he's been helping me out too.
You mentioned Porter being so detail-oriented, that recruitment process. What did he tell you about the program, and how did he maybe kind of tell you how you fit in?
Yeah, I mean, he was really detailed into the way of like he was showing me different highlights from Fears last year and how he used him in a way. And then he would show highlights from when I was playing, and it kind of was similar. He was like, look, we use this to do that, to get you open doing this and blah, blah, blah. And then we have these guys that did that, and then we all added together. I feel like we could be special. And I was like, man, this is really detailed. Like, he really took the time to take time to really know what he wants. And that was just something I wanted to be a part of, man. I'm like, wow, this guy's really smart. I think he's going to give us the mental edge on the game, which is really important in today's day and age. And if we're mentally sharper than a lot of teams, I feel like we give everybody a run for their money.
You mentioned the other guys coming with you. How much was that part of the sell too? Like Xavier's coming in here and Derrion and just the group that you're coming in with.
Yeah, I mean, I was one of the earlier ones to commit, so I had to trust and believe in what he was telling me. And he was telling me, hey, look, I'm in the portal working, and I'm trying to get some of these really good, talented guys out the portal, and you just have to trust me. And I just bought into what he was saying. I mean, I believed in the guys that he had already here, so I was like, man, I feel like with Tay already coming, because I knew Tay was coming, he had committed before me, and then I committed. He told me I got a couple more guys I'm going to get. And we got some returner bigs, Mo, who's very experienced as well. And I'm like, hey, I believe in you. I trust in you. He did exactly what he told me he was going to do.
You mentioned some of these returning guys being a big part of why you came here. What about someone like Dayton? As a freshman last year, emerged throughout, especially at the end of the year. What stood out maybe just about him?
Yeah, I mean, his game obviously is super talented. And I watched, Dayton's highlights while I was in the portal, just seeing what type of player he was and seeing how much of a threat he was, especially coming out of high school, and how many points he was able to score in high school. And in his freshman year, when coach started to give him more and more opportunities, he started really taking advantage of that. And I'm like, man, the more opportunity and the much time he gets to grow, he's going to continue to get better. And I'm like, if you can be deep at the guard position, I feel like it just makes the team go. So with having me, Dayton, and X running the guard positions, I feel like this team can be really deep, and as long as we stay healthy and continue to play hard, I feel like the sky's the limit for us.
Nigel, you obviously played against OU in the Big 12. I'm just curious what you knew about OU or what you remember from that experience.
Yeah,
coming here.
yeah, it was fun. I mean, OU's always been, especially under Porter, they've always been a really detailed team. Their playbook's been really deep as well, and I'm starting to learn that now, being a part of the team. I remember playing here. It was our first road game in the Big 12 for that year, and it was very difficult to play here, honestly. I mean, especially being the first game, but I remember the fans really starting to get to it, especially towards the end of the game when it was close. And if we can get fans to really buy into it and be in it the entire game, I feel like it could really give us a home court advantage.
Feeling good a little bit though, coming to Norman, Oklahoma after being in Miami.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's definitely weird, but it's a blessing in disguise, and I'm really happy to be here. And everybody's taking me in with open arms, and I've loved my time here so far. So it's been great.
What's the biggest difference between Miami and Norman?
I mean, maybe the weather, probably. I mean, it's just different, man. You go from a city with a lot of things to do to a really college town oriented, and it's just two different things, two different lifestyles, honestly. But it's been great to experience both. I feel like my maturity has really grown, being in Miami and having to learn, become more mature and become a man, and then coming back here, it just really helped me be more focused.
Have you taken anything out of the exhibition games? I mean, obviously they don't count, but is there confidence that can be built with the way that you guys have played? Seems like they've gone pretty well.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, there's always stuff we can learn. I mean, obviously, Coach Porter said we didn't even play as well as we should have been, and we took the time to watch film and break down a lot of stuff, and we left a lot of things on the table. So it was great to be able to learn some stuff and play some guys really early, especially on the road as well, which is always defines a team. So we got some early tests coming up in the year, which would be good for us, and I'm glad we were able to learn some stuff in those exhibition games as well.
The process just been like acclimating yourself. There's so many guys that come from experience with backgrounds like Nigel or Brown coming in from the A10. What's that been like? Just there's a lot of talent in terms of experience, plus guys that are coming back obviously from last year.
Obviously, when I was coming here, I seen that we had a new group of guys coming in, like Xzayvier, Nigel committed, Tay committed. So it was just all about seeing what he was forming here. So I feel like I could be a part of something special. And just seeing that, it felt like Trey Young reached out to me also. So I was like, I see a place I could fit in here, and we could do something special here. And just being able, also combining it with the guys that were already here, like Jeff, Kowal, Mo, and also we got Kai, picked up Kai. Yeah. And it was just a great group of guys. So I seen something special.
What did you learn most about your game last year at Alabama?
I was very versatile, but also I played defense, but also needed to improve my shot last year. But then dealt with some injuries. I obviously missed like 13 games last year. So just being able, that's also a thing like reps. It was all about reps this year. So just staying healthy, I got more reps and more confident.
Mentally, I mean, missing that many games, how did you grow, do you feel like?
Mentally, I feel like I grew a lot, obviously, but I was around such a great group of guys, like C.Y. Chris Youngblood with OKC Thunder, he kept me stable. He dealt with some injuries too, so I kept him stable also on the other side. So we just mentally was always around each other, talk to each other, make sure we're always good. And just being able to just know, even though I'm not on the court, I can still learn from off the court, with the group of guys I got and the coaching staff and stuff like that.
It's been like getting to know Porter more, obviously, since you came here and you played a couple games, exhibitions under him. What's it just been like getting to work with Porter, more hands-on here and getting close to the start of the season?
I feel like some coaches, when they recruit you, they change when you actually commit. Yeah. But with him, it's the same coach, same guy, same trust.
Yeah.
Pretty much it.
What did you, learn about the SEC as a league and the difficulty of playing in this league last year?
It's a man's game, honestly. It just SEC is the toughest conference you can play in, and I saw that yesterday. Last year I saw that last year a lot, and just being able to go against some of the toughest opponents like Auburn, Tennessee, just all of them, it was pretty tough.
Yeah, he's provided a lot off the court, on the court. I watch him go through every play before I go out on the court and run the play 5-0 during our practices. So the way he runs the play, I go out there, I try to do it the same exact way because he's a veteran. He knows, how it's supposed to be done. The way he lifts in the weight room, I try to one-up him each time and just make sure that I'm getting the best out of, the 1 year I have with him.
Are you already
line up? Are you stronger than him?
In some spots I am. Some spots he's stronger than me. He's definitely got me in the pull-ups, but in the leg, squats, I definitely got him.
With so many newcomers, transfers, and then guys like Wague, Dayton coming back, how would you assess the team chemistry at this point?
I would say it's a lot better than you'd expect with a transfer team and a lot of young guys coming in. Our team's together, almost every weekend. We're at, a teammate's house watching a sports game, or, we have dinners at coach's house every other week. So our team chemistry is really good for a team that has, 4 or 5 transfers and 4 freshmen and a couple of returners.
What ultimately was it, not being from Oklahoma, that made you want to come and play basketball here?
The conversation I had with the coaches, they had the same idea the same idea for my future, playing like the role for my freshman year, and then all the other players that, contributed to this team this year. Seeing him sign all these players after me, it was a lot better. After I committed, seeing him sign all these transfers, it was a lot better after that.
Where do you feel like your game has grown the most just from a year ago? And was there anything in particular this summer that you worked on?
I feel like my role from this year compared to last year will be different. I'll be more in control. I'll have the ball probably more in my hands than I did last year. So just taking that on, being more of a leader, more vocal, having a year under my belt and that experience. But really just taking on more and being a leader, more vocal.
How much more comfortable do you maybe feel now than this time last year? Having played quite a bit last year and second year around with Porter and everything, I imagine you probably feel a lot more just comfortable in general than maybe this time last year.
Yeah, 100%. Just like I said, having that year of experience under my belt, playing in the SEC, playing in the tournament game, the experience really helps. I do feel a lot more comfortable this year. Last year this time there was a lot of unknowns. I hadn't played in my first college game yet, so just having the full season, it's been a big help.
What did you take away from that season?
Really stay ready. Stay ready at any time. When the number get called, and be ready to give up what the coach is looking for.
Where did you feel like you made the biggest impact just on the floor? And what did you maybe work on this summer?
Mostly on defense. That's what I feel like I impact the game more on defense and really getting rebounds, especially offensive rebound, give my team a second chance.
What has stood out just about Kai bringing in a young guy like that? Porter mentioned you've really done a lot to kind of help him along. What has stood out about that?
Oh, I like him. I like his size, pretty big guy, and most importantly, he learned fast. You tell him one time, and then he gonna get it by the second try.
Who's a better shot blocker, you or him, you think?
Well, we won't see it this year.
What do you feel like the two of you guys bring just at that 5 spot?
We're gonna bring the energy, especially giving our team the second chance. We really work hard on trying to get an offensive rebound, and then really on defense, talking to everybody because we see everything in front of us.
How huge was just the end of the year for you last year? Porter talked about that just a minute ago. The last 5 games, and you had to step in for Sam. Played really good basketball. I assume that probably gave you a lot of confidence kind of going into the offseason.
Oh yeah, it was pretty good. He's always good, having that little type of success at the end. So, you can fill up that and get into the new season.